Prior to the start of the regular council meeting, we have a public hearing for the transfer of liquor license number R-16586 from 1240 South Main Street, Greensburg, PA 15601 to C&M Hospitality LLC, 4420 William Penn Highway, Murraysville, PA 15668. This evening, council is reconvening and continuing the public hearing regarding the application of C&M Hospitality LLC for the intermunicipal transfer of restaurant liquor license number R-16586 to premises located at 4420 William Penn Highway, Murraysville, Pennsylvania. The hearing was previously opened on May 6, 2026 and continued in order to allow for corrected public notice identifying the proper premises address. Notice of this continued hearing has been duly advertised, and council will now proceed with receiving testimony and public comment regarding the application. Michael?
Yes, the applicant in this matter proposes to operate a full-service restaurant at the subject property, 4420 William Penn Highway. Based upon the information provided to the municipality, the proposed establishment would include approximately 100 seats, outdoor dining accommodations, and approximately 40 employees. The applicant has indicated that initial operations will focus on dinner service and Sunday brunch, with lunch service anticipated at a later date. The property is located within an existing commercial corridor and was previously utilized as a restaurant space prior to its later occupancy as an office. The purpose of the hearing is to receive testimony and public comment regarding the proposed transfer so the council can consider the information presented and determine whether they want to approve or deny the request. At this time, I would ask the applicant if they're present to come forward, identify themselves and for the record and present their application in this matter.
Good evening. My name is Chad Schneider. I'm here representing the applicant from the Caputo Law Office. The applicant's name is C&M Hospitality, LLC. The trade name is the Coast and Main Seafood and Chop House. The owner who is present is Michelle Kersop. The establishment is a family-owned business. They currently have one location, and it's located in Monroeville, but it is scheduled to be torn down in March of 2027. So this would be them relocating into Murraysville. They have a license at that establishment, but that's an Allegheny County license, so that's why they need to procure a license in Westmoreland County and have it move into the establishment here. The proposed hours right now are Tuesday through Friday, 11:30 for lunch possibly until 9 o'clock. Saturday and Sunday brunch, and the dinner hours would be open until 10. It's not like a bar atmosphere, it's a restaurant. There'll be no live music there. They will not be open till 2 a.m. The applicant is seeking the transfer, like you said, of license number R-16585 from a John Lastek Enterprises. It's currently in safekeeping. It was formerly used in South Greensburg. The applicant here does have a license in Allegheny County. They are clear of there's no citations or violations on that license. She is here, the applicant, and she's open to any questions you may have. Thank you.
It is 16586, right? You said
yes, sir.
You said 85. I was just making sure.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay. Open it up to council for any questions from council.
I don't have any questions. I just wanted to say I'm sorry that that's happening to you, the closing, but I'm pretty excited actually that you're coming to Murraysville because I eat at your restaurant. It's very good. Welcome.
Anyone else? All right. We'll open it up now for public comment. Anyone that would like to comment specifically on this topic? All right. That closes the hearing for this. Mike, any action? Is the council at this? This
No,
will be,
this item-
Tuesday, June 16th will be the meeting. This is
Yes,
consent.
council, we would anticipate council taking action via resolution on Tuesday, June 16th. There is a draft resolution in the Dropbox for council if you wish to review. It's simply the formality portion of the request or the transfer request. So that would be on the next agenda, provided that council would like to consider this item.
All right, that closes this hearing. All right, we're going to call to order now our regular meeting of council for Wednesday, June 3rd, 2026, for our regular voting meeting. We're going to do Pledge of Allegiance first, sorry.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, can we get a roll call, please?
Mrs. Ling,
Present.
Mr. Lemak,
Here.
Mr. McKenna,
Here.
Mr. Miller. Mr. Chazar,
Here.
Mr. Olszewski, Mr. Corns,
Here.
Mayor Dice.
Here. All right, thank you very much. That moves us to item number 3, which is announcement of unlisted amendments. Mike, any unlisted?
None this evening.
None for tonight, okay. That moves us on to consent calendar items. Can I get a motion for approval of the May 20th, 26th?
So moved.
All right, thank you, Jamie and Darren. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? All right, that motion passes. That moves us to comments by the mayor. Mayor Dice?
Thank you, President McKenna. If we can get those slides up there.
Apologize.
Perfect.
A little out of sorts here.
Okay, first up, just letting everyone know the pickleball courts at Kovalchik Park will be closed for maintenance. We'll post updates whenever they are back in line, but for the time being, they'll just be closed. So if you're looking
Mayor, if I may interrupt you, I apologize. I guess this slide is slightly outdated. They did reopen today.
Oh, geez.
They are putting in the permanent netting, permanent pickleball nets there. And I believe they reopened today. They may have to close them down sometime again soon just for some final touches. But again, I don't mean to interrupt your report,
thank you.
but
Hey.
I would not want to give false information. So I think they did reopen today, and they'll be open until they have to, I guess, finalize the install.
Okay, I take it back. The pickleball courts are ready for summer. Awesome. Up next, we have the Murraysville Farmers Market going from June 4th till September 24th, Thursdays from 3 to 7. That's every Thursday. Located right in front of the Murraysville Fire Department at 3235 Sardis Road. If you could bring up the next one. We have a few announcements, I think, about Townsend's, or 2 days at Townsend's. You can see there all of the listed dates, just save them, June 16th and 30th, July 14th and 28th, and August 11th and 25th. If we can go to the next slide, I can say that June 16th, the next date, is the Dueling Pianos, Miss Meatball, and Local Remedy Brewing. So if you got time, pop in and see them. And then I think we have one more, which is we are still looking for seasonal workers in the Public Works Department, $15 to $17 an hour. All you need is to be 18 years old and have a current driver's license. And applications can be applied online, and we're just going to keep accepting them until all positions are filled. And with that, I believe there are no more announcements. Thank you. Back to you, President McKenna.
All right, thank you, Mr. Dice. That moves us to comments by Chief Administrator. Mike?
Yes, just a few for this evening. We do have, and I apologize, I'm just trying to kind of reorganize here. There were a couple items from the last council meeting that I indicated to council I would get back to you on. One of those was the microsurfacing treatment. You may have seen the article in the newspaper. I did indicate to council I would get back with how that process works. The question was, how long does it extend the life of the roadway? It could be from anywhere from 5 to 8 years. The microsurfacing is kind of a fine aggregate that we'll be using on some cul-de-sac roads, some neighborhood roads. So unlike the traditional chip and seal, this is kind of a more fine surface that doesn't have the loose stone. And so therefore it's a smoother surface for the neighborhood. So if kids are outside rollerblading or skateboarding or something like that, it's going to be a more accommodating surface in the neighborhood environment. So, and it does extend the roads roughly 5 to 8 years. The other question from the last meeting, just to provide an update on the FRAA baseball field tarp project. They did purchase 4 tarps for $8,400 roughly. They are 100 by 100 in size. And we did speak with the president of FRAA. They said that things are going very well. They are using them, and they're very happy with council's decision to support them and make that purchase. So I guess they are using them, and things are going well. Additionally, we discussed last meeting, and just an update to the community, I mentioned that I would get back to council about how many board openings we have for the various boards and committees within the municipality. There are 2 openings on the Environmental Advisory Committee, 1 opening on the Personnel Board, 2 openings on the Parks and Rec Commission, and then 2 openings on the Code Appeals Board as well. So if anybody has any questions or wants to reach out, please do so. Contact us here. We can give you more information about what those boards consist of, or what the commitment looks like, things like that. And you can always look on our website to see whether there are any openings or whether these have been filled. But those are the openings that currently exist. Additionally, one other item, the traffic signal at the intersection of Route 22 and School Road is back to giving us some fits again. We thought that the processor went bad. That would have been the 3rd processor in 6 months, which was obviously a significant problem. When we inquired about the warranty, the company indicated that we needed to first investigate whether there might have been a grounding issue, and that's what's causing these processors to keep going bad. So we did have the contractor out there yesterday. They analyzed the situation. They don't think it's a grounding issue. They also aren't even sure if it's the processor now. So they are investigating further. But as we've talked about many, many times here in recent months or even the last year or 2, we are continuing to have issues with the adaptive traffic signal system on our highway. Again, we've talked about it's an old system, and we do have a grant to get a new system put in place, which is still going to be a year or 2 away. But in the meantime, these lights continue to give us troubles. We just want to be kind of transparent with the community. We do know that there are issues. We do know that it is causing difficulties with getting up and down the highway as smoothly as we would like. And specifically to this intersection at School Road, it's kind of considered one of the primary signal boxes in that corridor, meaning that it actually controls the mechanism at the other locations nearby, so Klein Hollow, I think all the way Tar Hollow as well, and then maybe even into the Cozy and Cutoff. So when this signal is giving us issues, it has an impact up and down the corridor. We've gotten calls about folks having to wait there on the School Road side for a minute or 2. I think it's a minute 15 is what it's timed at. And so it is an issue. We are aware of it. We're trying to address it. Like I said, the contractor was there yesterday trying to diagnose the concern. So apologize to the community. We are trying to get the entire corridor back up and running as it should be, but we continue to encounter issues there. And then just 2 small updates regarding some of the departments. The police department hosted a few events, or participated in a few events this past month, including the Special Olympics Torch Run, Slam Fishing Derby, and they also conducted a reading event at the Tender Care Center, and they continued the bike patrol training. We have officers that are prepared to do bike patrol. They have the adequate training. The other officers, I think, finalized. We're just waiting for uniforms to come in so that they can get down on the trail and the other areas in the community and be able to utilize the bikes. So, in fact, one of the officers after yesterday's incident, indicated today he would ride around in his actual uniform, and so he was on the trail today on a bike in full uniform, which is not ideal and probably very uncomfortable, but they are chomping at the bit to get down there and kind of provide that service to the community. They're very excited about the bike patrol, so so they kind of took steps to do that today. And then also Public Works is continuing to prepare for the paving project. They are about 95% complete with the sub-base repairs and some of the catch basins and things like that as they get ready for the contractor to come in. And then they also completed a large stormwater project repair on Wilson Road, about 165 feet of pipe and drainage as well. So that's all for this evening, and I'll certainly answer any questions if there are any.
All right, thank you, Mike, for that. I'll piggyback on, I actually had a conversation directly with the president of FRAA too, and it seems like just all the processes around that, the taking them on, taking them off are all going very well for the coaches. So we'll kind of see how that goes this year, and hopefully that could be something we can keep our fields throughout the whole community open as much as possible. So, okay, that moves us on to community input. Bernal? Thank you very much. All right, Dino DiPaolo. Just please state your name and address for the record.
Dino DiPaolo, 4065 Iris Court. Thank you for allowing me to speak this evening. I speak both as a resident and a Communities Inc. board member, asking council to continue the collaboration with the Franklin Regional School District and Communities Inc. and the American Legion Post for Haymaker Park. I think this asset has grown to where it's really going to be an ongoing asset to the community, not only for the school district, but for Murraysville. As many know, this park has endured here in Murraysville for several years, and looking to take it to the next step to be an asset for the school district and for the American Legion, who will probably play there in 2027. So I really appreciate the council's continued support and look favorable, hopefully, on the ongoing need to get this moving forward. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. DiPaolo. That's the only community input we have signed up for the good of the order. Is there anyone that would like to say anything from the community? All right. That moves us on to liaison comments and committee reports. We'll start down. Mike, we still have one liaison position that we have to address?
We do the pension advisory.
Okay. And Michael and I had talked. I was trying to remember who it was the other day. I was with a couple of them. But Michael had talked and said that he would be willing to do the pension board for that. So I guess we probably have to put that on an agenda, or can we just
No,
appoint?
that's just something that's under the purview of the council president. So we
Okay.
can, if Michael is the appointed liaison, we will begin to include him in the communications going forward. And then we just had a pension board meeting, I think, last month. So we meet quarterly. So we'll give him plenty of time to get ready for the next pension.
And we just have pension and library that need filled, correct?
I believe the library, Councilwoman Ling is.
Okay. Until we found.
Until we found someone. So.
All right. We'll work on that, but I'll go ahead and appoint, if it's okay, we'll appoint Michael for the pension board, just so we can get that one filled prior to this next meeting. All right. We'll start down here. Jamie? Bill? Bill, you don't have anything yet.
Okay, library board met last week. Everything is going well. They are not meeting in June. I guess vacations are kind of interfering with who can preside the meeting. So that's moving. Next meeting there will be July. Planning meets on Tuesday.
All right. Jason?
FTMSA met on the 21st of May. The authority continues to make progress on the improvements or the rehabilitation of the nitrification tower. And the staff reported ongoing maintenance throughout the collection system, including inspections, jetting, manhole repairs. And lastly, the treatment plant improvements also continue, some new concrete windows to the overall facility. So operations remain stable, and the facility is operating in compliance.
All right. Great. Aaron?
No updates regarding the Parks and Rec Foundation. We are going to meet this coming Monday, the 8th, and the Franklin Regional School Board meets June 15th.
All right. Michael?
Yeah, Murraysville Medic 1 met on May 21st. They had financially a little bit of a down month. It's again primarily because of fuel costs. They were able to offset that somewhat by providing services to the NFL Draft, which was financially beneficial. The subscription drive is ongoing, and we're also looking for additional contributions from the capital project, which is going out to local businesses. As currently constituted, if the fuel prices remain elevated through the rest of 2026, the budget deficit will be significant. So I think it's something that we've talked previously. At some point, we'll have to address if the year goes on, because it's affecting. They have a lot of vehicles that do a lot of transportation, and that is affecting them financially.
All right. Thank you very much. For Parks and Recreation, meets next Tuesday, so nothing really. Dane had already brought up the Tuesdays at Townsend. We're excited to get that kicked off for the year. And then also the disc golf course is live right now. It's on UDisc, I believe, that you can kind of schedule. I know that they're taking sponsorships for that. They're like whole sponsorships, similar to a golf course, tee sponsorship and basket sponsorships and corporate sponsorships for that. So anyone interested in doing that, please, we'd love to have you as part of that. We're real excited for that, the Parks and Recreation. It's going to be a great thing for the community to use. And people just seem really excited about it from all over the place to come and play on our new course. So, and then lastly, since we're in liaison comments and committee, we can just go ahead. Bill doesn't have a liaison position, so Jamie, I hate for you to do two of them. So we're going to have Bill, if you can take over the library for. Sure. So we'll have Bill as the library liaison, Michael as pension, which that covers, and then everyone else already has their assignments for that. So that should handle that so that we're full. Okay. Thank you, Bill.
You're welcome.
If there's any issues or anything, Bill, just get.
Yeah, I'll talk to Jen.
Yep. Okay, that moves us on to workshop items. Nothing under administration, nothing under engineering, nothing under community development. Nothing under Public Works and Parks. So that moves us to our council action items. Can I get a motion for 13A?
Motion to approve advertisement of the solid waste, recycling, and collection services request for proposals 02-26.
Second.
Thank you, Michael and Jamie. Mike?
Yes.
Okay, I apologize. Yes, this is an item that was discussed at the last meeting. We finalized the RFP to put out the sanitation services, to put it out for proposal. Again, Murraysville is in the fifth year of a 5-year contract, which ends at the end of September. So we want to get this item moving along and receive bids or proposals on weekly trash pickup, recycling, bulk waste, yard waste, et cetera, for both Murraysville and export. So again, we discussed this item at the last meeting. I'm not sure. I'm certainly happy to answer any follow-up questions if anything has come up in the meantime that council has questions on. If this proposal is put out, approved at this meeting, we put out to the sanitation companies, and bids would be received and opened on Monday, June 29th. That would give us enough time to review everything, and then assuming that there is something that council wants to accept, that could happen as early as July. If there are any issues, we could always go back to the drawing board to receive new proposals. But certainly happy to answer any questions of council regarding this item.
All right, thanks, Mike. Any questions?
Just one, since we are going in with export on this, do they have any input on the RFP at all?
I did talk with Export. They are in agreement with this RFP.
Okay.
And as I indicated to council last meeting, and speaking with the folks over there at Export, this RFP is very much similar to the previous one we did. There are some minor changes that we made. We did put the option to have a renewal at the end of the contract period. They were in agreement with the changes that were put into here, but really there weren't many, so this is kind of more along the lines of what we've previously done. And again, this is to put out both two options for trash pickup for Murraysville, but for Export, there's only one option, which is the unlimited curbside collection without carts. So they are in agreement.
Thank you.
Mike, that option to renew, is that 2-year, 5-year?
So it's
There were
a
2 of
5-year
them, right? It was like,
Yes, the proposal is to accept proposals for a 5-year agreement and then 2 options to renew, both 2 years each. So it could be a 5, 7, or a 9-year agreement, depending.
yeah.
Mike, can you explain that? So you said Export only has the option for unlimited pickup, but Murraysville, we will have the option to choose between the current service and a cart service if, for financial and price reasons, that is more beneficial. How would that work if Export wants to do the bulk? Would we just not be able to do it together anymore?
Well, as I said, this was the way that the agreement or the RFP was put out last time. I guess because of the nature of Export's community, it's difficult for them to be able to have cart service. So the bid pricing and the bid opportunity for the vendor is separate for Export than it is for Murraysville. I shouldn't say it's separate. They would come under the same pricing model as the unlimited. If Murraysville elects to use a cart service, then we would be taking a different pricing structure than Export. So they'd be billed, their rates would
They'd be billed
Yes.
we would be billed.
Yes, correct.
I think because of the slope of the streets and the turns and stuff, they're unable to do
Their
that.
houses are so close together,
Yeah.
too. I think the courts
I just wanted to make sure that we weren't, our options weren't limited.
No, and again, this was done last time with the goal of trying to get 2 different prices and see what option would be, and see what the options would be for us. I do know, and again, I mentioned this at the last meeting, but for purposes of the public that's watching, it sounds like, as we know, these companies are trying more often to get everyone into cart service. It cuts down on their liability, injuries, people going off on leave or comp or things like that. So they're trying to get everybody into that model. But Murraysville has historically wanted to have the unlimited option without the carts. So again, this is kind of a mirror of the last RFP, and we'll see what kind of rates we get. The expectation is that the rates are going to go up pretty substantially, and so then it'll probably be a tough decision to make because the cart service is ultimately going to come in at a lower price than the unlimited, and so it's really just going to come down to then making a decision on whether you want to convert to the cart service or whether you want to keep it with the unlimited, which is what it seems like it's favored around here. Not only internally, talking with staff and council members individually, but also with community members. But again, the rates for the cart service is going to certainly come in less, and it'll just be a decision we'll have to make.
All right, any other questions from council? Okay, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? All right, that motion passes. That moves us on to community development. Can I get a motion for 14A, please?
I'd like to make a motion to approve the Haymaker Park Ball Field Land Development, SP 2-263950 Reed Boulevard, tax parcel ID 49-14-05-0-016, MU Mixed Use Zoning District.
Second.
All right, we'll go Jason and Bill. Michael?
Yes, this is a project that the school district is engaging in. They have representatives here that can speak to the project. This is for the land development application requesting preliminary and final land development. It's a mixed-use zoning district. This is an improvement essentially of the one ball field located off of Reed Boulevard at Haymaker Park. The property is 5.03 acres. And the intended use is to resurface the athletic field to a synthetic turf, provide upgrades to the bleachers, the dugouts, the batting cages. It's a pretty substantial improvement to that area. The applicant is requesting 9 waivers as part of the application, but those waivers are, I should say, both the staff and planning commission are recommending approval, including the waiver request, primarily because the waivers, or the project, I should say, includes the replacement or upgrade of existing facilities. So, for instance, traffic study, an environmental study, lighting plan. There are no improvements proposed in any of those areas. Final landscaping, and environmental impact, air quality, acoustics. Again, there aren't any changes that are impacting those requirements within our code. And so for that reason, both staff and planning recommended approval of the waiver requests and only have one condition, which is the conservation district approval. So again, the school district is here and they could certainly answer any other questions, but that is the item for council's consideration.
All right. Thank you, Michael. Yeah, no, I know, I'll start it off, I'll speak. I know that I've been in a few meetings with the school district and Dr. P with his team. I know there's been a lot of hard work around this project to get this going. I think it's exciting for, I think, the future of council and collaboration with the school district and the community. It's going to do nothing but better the community for all of these types of things. So thank you for what you guys did as far as that. And I'll open it up to council for questions in regards to this specific one for Haymaker.
Just a couple of things. So I'm very much in favor of granting all of these modifications. I'm not entirely sure why these would be required for a project this in the first place, but that's a topic for a different discussion. I did see there's a letter from the Conservation District with some technical deficiencies. Has that been addressed at this point?
Hi, I'm Michael Boker with Target Sports Design, the civil engineer for the project.
Thank you, sir.
Last we spoke with the Conservation District. They are okay with all of our responses to the last comment round, and they're just waiting for DEP to confirm and issue the permit.
Okay. So we can make the approval conditioned on getting that permit. And then second, looking through, I believe almost all of the comments in our review letter really relate to the modification. I did see one about, this is number 5. I apologize, I had it here briefly. There was one comment in here about okay, yeah, sorry, it's number 8. For the pipe capacity calculations are required. Have you provided that yet, or?
Yes, we submitted updated materials last week.
Okay. So, Michael, are we now where all of the outstanding engineering comments have been addressed?
Yes. Yes, staff is aware.
All right, thank you. That's all I have.
Thank you.
I had the same pipe question, so I'm good. Thank you.
All right. Any other questions from council on this? All right, let's vote. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? All right, that motion passes. It moves us to 14B. Can I get a motion for 14B, please?
Motion to approve the Franklin Regional Senior High School Land Development SP 326, 3200 School Road. Tax parcel ID 49-14-04-0-004 and 49-14-08-0-001 and 49-14-04-0-003 PL Public Land Zoning District.
All right. Second. I get a second?
Second.
All right, Darren and Michael, thank you. Mike?
Again, this is another school project requesting preliminary and final land development. This is a PL zone district. It's a recreational land development for the improvement of the softball fields, tennis courts, and a multi-purpose field located on the school district's campus. The intended use is to resurface the existing athletic fields to synthetic turf and provide upgrades to the existing area, including sidewalks, sport buildings, bleachers, dugouts, batting cages. The existing tennis court will also be resurfaced. Again, similar to the last project, there are 10 waivers that are being requested as part of the application. Again, as it was with the last project, most of these items are not relevant because the proposed plan isn't changing the use at the site, and it's an improvement to replace or upgrade the existing facilities. So again, some of those waivers are the traffic impact study, environmental and community impact, landscaping, air quality, acoustics, et cetera. So again, as with the last item, Planning Commission does recommend approval with, again, the same condition that the Conservation District provides their approval. Staff has reviewed and also recommends approval as well. The school could certainly speak to this item as well if there are any questions from council.
Michael, so I guess I'm assuming, as you said, the Conservation District letter, the same as the last one, we're just waiting for DEP?
Correct.
Okay. So this one does seem to have a few more outstanding items, at least in, so we have the most up, at least in the letter I have here, if it's the most updated one. So I guess I'll just, without going through one by one, I'll just ask, have all those comments now been addressed? The slope, the electrical, the pipe issue again, has that all now been addressed by engineering?
I believe so, and I think the applicants could speak to that if necessary.
So all outstanding comments have now been addressed?
Yes, they have.
Okay.
Any other questions from council in regards to this? All right, let's vote. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? All right, that motion passes. Congratulations, hurry and build it. Okay, nothing under engineering, nothing under public works and parks, nothing under old business. Hey, go ahead.
I did want to mention, I was actually going to ask about the bike program in light of recent events, so I'm very excited to hear that it's going to be very, very shortly.
Yeah.
Good news.
The only thing under new business that I just wanted to mention, people probably saw on Memorial Day, the flags started again, the flags over Murraysville up 22. It's great to see those up. Anyone in the community that's interested in being a part of that, you're not locking yourself into anything. You would just get on the email list for the volunteers. Please just ask at the municipal building and they'll have the American Legion, and my dad actually runs that program for the flags, but I know they're always looking for volunteers. They're not getting any younger, the guys that started that, so anyone wanting to do it, it's really, it's a fun thing, and it's a great thing for this community, so please. Just if you, they have my dad's email, and that way he'll add you to the volunteer, and then you'll get one. The next one is Flag Day that's coming up, so.
Hey, Mac, I have a question. What is the timeline for your ball fields to be built?
You got it. You got it up here.
Thank you.
Sorry about that.
That's fine.
Hi, I'm Brian Jones. I'm the Director of Facilities for the district.
Okay.
So timeline we're looking right now, you already seen we milled out some of the tennis courts and that. So our plan for that is to have that done and ready by the fall season for tennis. So we're talking end of July. That'll be ready to go. Multi-purpose field, once we get rolling on that, we're hoping to have it by September 1st. And then haymaker and softball, hopefully by December. So we're looking to have everything in full swing
Next
here
year,
this school year.
they'll all be running.
Yep,
Okay,
hopefully.
great. Sounds
Knock
great.
on wood, right? So, yeah.
That's it.
Sounds good.
Sounds great. All right. We are. Nope, Dr. Prana. Come on up.
I just want to take a moment on behalf of the Board of School Directors and my administrative team to thank you for their approval. Obviously, we have a vested interest in terms of providing safe, playable areas for our students to engage in athletics. We truly believe that academics, arts, athletics, and citizenship define what we want for our students, and athletics are a major part of that. That being said, these facilities, as was mentioned earlier, will provide space not only for our student athletes, but for members of our community, our youth who play, as well as senior citizens who may be using those spaces for various reasons, as well as now being handicap accessible, so that think of grandparents or parents who may have mobility issues. They now can get to the fields to watch. Really, these are community assets. We talked about one of the things around Haymaker Park. That area surrounding Haymaker Park has tremendous potential to be a community resource in addition to Legion Baseball, in addition to Franklin Regional High School Baseball and other community groups. And so on behalf of the school district, I want to thank you for your approval and your ongoing partnership, whether that's Bill in Public Works working with me on school delay cancellation issues, as well as ensuring roads being cleared, or our longstanding partnership with the Murrysville Police. We truly value the role of the municipality in providing, helping us and us helping you provide a great place to live, learn, work, and play. So thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Turner.
Thank you.
Matt, I think Michael wanted to say something.
Michael.
Sorry, just real brief. I don't want to take too much time on this, but maybe we can put it on the agenda for next meeting to circle back to the stormwater discussion. I have had now some more time to digest the Supreme Court case, read the ordinance again, stormwater credits, and obviously we budgeted and intended for that to be in place this year. We're now kind of halfway through the year. I have some digging into deeper. I'm starting to have more and more serious concerns about how this is going to be implemented and could be implemented under our current structure. So can we put that on the agenda for maybe next meeting for a larger discussion about what to do about that?
We can do that. Yes, sir.
Okay, anyone else? We are going to have an executive session following this meeting. There will be no action coming out of that executive session.
To discuss litigation and
Yes,
personnel.
litigation and personnel.
Yeah.
Yes, sorry. And, okay, one more motion.
Motion to adjourn.
Thank you, Jamie and Bill. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? All right, that ends the meeting. Thank you for everyone. Always forget that last part.